Okay, so back in 1983, when I had a Daisy 880 similar to this one, what I did is when I ran out of BBs and pellets and I didn't have any money, I would shoot these rabbit pellets right here. And they're very easy to break off into smaller sections. And I want to show you what these rabbit pellets can do. I did a video on this before. This is probably the world's, or not the world's, but the first airgun frangible that nobody ever knew about is the rabbit pellet. These on a micrometer or a caliper were coming in at 175 to 178 or something. Never had a problem loading one into the Daisy 880. Never had a valve go bad on me from shooting these in the Daisy 880. You just want to make sure you have the right size. Now, a bag like this, a 5-pound bag, maybe you guys can do the math. I am thinking that there's got to be way over 10,000 rounds in this bag if you were just shooting rabbit pellets. Now I'm going to do an accuracy test on these rabbit pellets also on a smoothbore called the Daisy 35 so that we can find out at close range what these rabbit pellets can be used for as far as fun and stuff like that. So what I did is I pumped up the Daisy 880 here 10 times. And I've already clocked some of these going 900, even a few going 1,000. So I want to show you what happened to this soup can here. If you look right there, we got a dent on there. And in order to make a dent like that, like your regular lead pellet or whatever, would have to be going about 360 feet per second to make that kind of dent. And yet we're doing it with a frangible. A little piece of rabbit food. These ones come in at about 2 to 3 grains in weight, so they're extremely fast, but they blow up because there's nothing to them, and the accuracy is probably pretty poor. But we're going to test that out sometime. So I decided, that isn't a really good thing to show you guys. It's just a dent, but let me show you a monster soda can. Check that out. Coming out the other side, check out that hole there. There's my thumb. Here's where it hit. There's where it came out. Now I did an experiment with pop cans and I found out that it will go through sometimes 4 pop cans. It depends on the length and the shape of the rabbit pellet, because each rabbit pellet has a different flight because it's got the shape. Because it's not perfectly shaped at the end or the back, although I'm going to make a jig or a fixture sometime so that I can push this rabbit pellet through a tube. I got my sander in the garage. I want to be able to push the pellet to a certain length where it'll automatically stop at a certain length and get a flush flat head on there and a flat head on this side, and it'll make it kind of like a true wad cutter, but only it's going to be a frangible. So I'm going to experiment with that. If any of you machinists are interested in doing something like that, that'd be kind of cool. Making a fixture, something that will hold the pellet perfectly flat so that you can machine them and face off both sides, and even maybe do some weight measurements on these. So that's all for another day. So let me show you. Once again, we got the monster can. There's my thumb. So just shy of my thumb, but look at how it ripped open like that. So you could tell it started to scatter once it went through the first side. It started to keyhole, it probably hit on its side. And that's what made it kind of devastating on this side. Now, the interesting thing about rabbit pellets is they lose energy very quickly and they don't fly very far, which means it's probably a safe pest control thing. If you have something real tiny like bugs or something like that, you could probably wipe out a bug with this. Maybe even a small pest bird at close distances. And here we are, I got a shot to the bottom. I shot it on the bottom and nothing happened on the top. So it's just interesting. I've been kind of interested in rabbit pellets for quite some time. It all happened once again, 1983. I had been buying pellets for $2, and they give you a box of, 1,500? So yeah, so BBs were 1,500. It was $2 for a box, and then pellets were $1.99 for 250. Correct me if I'm wrong on my prices. 1983. But after you're done shooting all of them, going crazy shooting everything and just target practicing and stuff, you kind of get to a point where you run out of solutions for ammo. And this kind of fit it for me, because we did have rabbits that we fed every day, so I would go into the rabbit cage, shame on me, and I would stick my hand in there and put some of these in my pocket, and then the rabbit starved and he eventually died. No, I'm just kidding. No animals were harmed in this video, by the way. So I just wanted to show you guys that. If you guys want to see my rabbit food demonstration in pictures that I made years ago, I think that's on my YouTube channel. Otherwise, I can re-upload it. So thank you very much for watching, you guys.